Richard Prosser.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Primary Industries and asks, is he satisfied with all aspects of fisheries policy, including progress relating to the ongoing use of foreign charter vessels?
Mr Speaker.
Honourable Nathan Guy.
Yes, the member will be aware that the Foreign Charter Vessel Bill is currently awaiting the committee stage of the whole House. This is another key piece of work that will protect our international reputation and trade access and maximise the economic return to New Zealand from our fisheries resources. Through this piece of legislation, the government is sending a clear message that New Zealand is serious about the fair treatment of fishing crews, the safety of vessels and its international reputation for ethical and sustainable fishing practices. With only a few days left of House time, this bill is highly unlikely to pass under this Parliament, but I am very confident that the bill will proceed under the new Parliament, given its broad support.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Richard Prosser.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Minister, given that answer, will he also adopt New Zealand First's policy of excluding all trawlers from the inshore fishery inside the 12-mile limit in order to assist in the regeneration of fish stocks and to ensure that recreational fishers have access to satisfactory catches?
Honourable Nathan Guy.
Mr Speaker, I haven't studied New Zealand First policy, but what I will say, it sounds better than Labour's policy, which is to bring in a recreational fishing licence for all recreational fishers.
Supplementary.
Order. Supplementary question, Richard Prosser.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Can he give the House a commitment that he will adopt New Zealand First's policy of setting...
Order. I apologise to the member. Point of order, Honourable
Mr Speaker, that misrepresentation by the Minister of Labour Party policy was out of order.
Order.
And I would ask that it be withdrawn.
Order. The member has been here a long time. He knows the rules. If he feels that there's been a misrepresentation, a false statement, then he knows to use Standing Order 355.
Point of order, Mr Speaker.
Point of order, the Honourable.
I thought that was the reason that we had a standing order that said that it was out of order for a minister to represent what other parties' policies were because they have no responsibility for it.
Order. The difficulty was, it wasn't, I accept the point the member's making that it wasn't helpful for the minister to comment on Labour Party policy. The difficulty we've had... Order. The difficulty was, when the question was raised, it was raised and asking for particular comment from a New Zealand First Member of Parliament to comment on New Zealand First policy, and the Minister, unhelpful to the House, I accept, then commented on that and equally on another party's policy. Point of order, the Honourable Jerry Brownlee.
Mr Speaker, rather than going through a pile of points of order this afternoon over whether or not the Minister should have said it, would be very easy for the Labor opposition to seek the opportunity to make a personal statement clearing up their intention to introduce recreational fishing licences.
And that's for a member of a member's offended by it wants to take that course of action, we'll consider it.
Point of order, Mr Speaker.
Can I just clarify before I deal with this matter, is it a completely fresh point of order because I have dealt with the other matter?
Well, I'm seeking...
Order. And if the member wants clarification, I invite him to come and see me afterwards. Now, does the member want to raise a fresh point of order? I'll hear about it. But I'm not having matters relitigated on the floor of the House.
Point of order, Mr Speaker.
Point of order, the Honourable David Parker.
Mr Speaker, I cannot understand how a question from New Zealand First, which results in misrepresentation of Labour Party policy, can be an answer that is within standing orders. And so I seek clarification, sir, as to whether you are making a new ruling.
Now the member will resume his seat immediately. I have advised the member that if he feels there's been a case of misrepresentation, refer to standing order and use Standing Order 355. Further... Order. Point of order, the Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, I seek leave of the House to table a record of the meeting of which the Labour candidate for Marlborough said that they would introduce a fishing licence.
Can I just clarify, is it a media article?
No, it's a statement from a member of the public that was at the meeting.
Listen, Order! This is easily resolved. It's for the House to make a decision. Order! The document clearly exists because the member's seeking to table it. And if order! No, the member will... resume his seat. When I'm on my... Order! Very close to being asked to leave the chamber, Mr Parker. When I'm on my feet, all members will be quiet. There is clearly a document, because the Honourable Dr Smith has said he wishes to table it. There is a very serious offence in this House if he seeks to table a document that doesn't exist. I will therefore put the leave, and the House will decide whether it wants to accept that document. Leave is sought to table this particular statement. Is there any objection? No, we've clarified. Order! 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 We have clarified for the sake of the... Order! Order! For the benefit of the Honourable David Cundiff, I have already clarified from the Honourable Dr Nick Smith that it is not a media article. It is a statement that was written by an attendee at the meeting. That is... Order! To the Honourable David Parker. Leave is now sought to table that document. It's in the hands of the House. If any member objects, it will not be tabled. I put the leave. Is there any objection? Yes. Then. Order. Order. We have a further point of order from the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr Speaker, I would like to draw to your attention Standing Orders 354 and 355, which go to personal explanations and misrepresentations of members. I think we were invited to take a point of order under one of those if we felt we had been misrepresented. Mr Speaker, my submission to you is neither of those can be used where someone is trying to correct a matter to do with a party's policy as opposed to a member's personal situation or a comment that a member made.
Then, no, I don't need assistance from the member. I'm going to offer the member a further avenue for correcting this matter. In the not-too-distant future, when we finish question time, there will be a general debate, and that'll be an opportunity if the members want to do so. Point of order, the Honourable Jerry Brownlee.
Mr Speaker, it may be helpful for you to offer the opposition the opportunity to use some of their general debate time to clear this matter up, and I'm sure they'll want to. But the premise that's put by Mr Mallard is wrong. A member over the other side can easily say, I do not support our Marlborough candidate with his recreational fishing licence proposal. But they won't do it.
Order. And I don't think that point of order is going to help the order of the House. I have resolved the matter.
Separate matter. Point of order, Mr Speaker. Point of order, Mr.
Point of order, the Honourable David.
Mr Speaker, separate matter. I seek leave to table a document from the Parliamentary Library which shows that the increase in percentage terms of gross sovereign debt during World War II was less than the proportionate increase in gross sovereign debt under the current national government.
Order. I will put the leave. The leave has been prepared for the member by the Parliamentary Library. Leave is sought to table that particular document. Is there any objection? There is none. It can be tabled. Supplementary question, Richard Prosser.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Minister, can he give the House a commitment that he will adopt a policy of setting consistent minimum size catch limits for both recreational and commercial fishers? And if not, why not?
Honourable Nathan Guy.
Mr Speaker, the member will be aware that there's already provisions that have been made under Snapper 1 where we are really focused on ensuring that we have more reporting coming through. We've got cameras under trial. We've got vessel monitoring systems coming in October this year. There's move-on rules and there's observers currently operating on foreign charter vessels.
Point of order, Mr Speaker.
Point of order, Richard Prosser.
Mr Speaker, that was a very good answer, but in fairness, the question was actually whether he would make a commitment to consistent sizes, and that was not addressed.
I'll invite the member. I suspect it probably was answered, to be honest, but I'll give the member the benefit of the doubt and I'll invite him to ask the question again.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Can he give the House a commitment that he will adopt a policy of setting consistent minimum size catch limits for both recreational and commercial fishers, and if not, why not?
Honourable Nathan Guy.
Well, Mr Speaker, we already have that in place. We have a world-leading quota management system. We have sustainability fishing rounds where we work through those fishing stocks, and it's also important to note that our quota management system is one of the best in the world.
Supplementary question, Honourable Jerry Brownlee.
To the Minister of Primary Industries, is he able to give the House any idea of how many people in New Zealand might be impeded in their desire to go and catch a fish if they had to have a recreational licence for saltwater fishing as proposed by the Labour Party?
Order. Point of order.
Mr. Speaker, that question is well outside of standing orders because it includes matters for which the Minister is not responsible, and Mr. Brownlee is also making it up as well.
Order. I'm not going to allow the question as asked, but I'm going to invite the member to re-ask the question without the last bit. If he wants to know how many recreational fishers might be affected by such a policy, that is acceptable, but do not attribute it to any political party in this House. Honourable Jerry Brownlee,
Mr. Speaker, to the Minister of Primary Industries, if a recreational fishing licence was required for saltwater fishing, is he able to estimate how many New Zealanders may be denied the opportunity to catch fish on the seashore or on their boat on the ocean?
Honourable Nathan Guy for the answer.
Well, Mr. Speaker, my understanding is hundreds of thousands of New Zealanders really enjoy recreational fishing, and I can't believe that anyone would be proposing bringing in a recreational licence scheme. It would go down like a cup of sick with all of our Kiwi mums and dads, fishers who really enjoy taking their children out and catching fish.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Richard Prosser.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the Minister, why has the government not taken effective action over the past 6 years to end the dumping of fish at sea by commercial fishers?
Honourable Nathan Guy.
Well, Mr. Speaker, if the member followed the progress that we're making with Primary Growth Partnership, he would be aware of the fact that there's a fantastic, innovative net design that's currently being trialled, and that allows for fish to be caught alive, for fish to come on board the vessel alive, for potentially new export markets to open up where fish are transported alive into high-value premium markets. This is a very exciting, innovative idea, backed by the industry, backed by the government, and even supported by the Labour Party leader, David Cunliffe, when he called it the MPI site at the field days.
Order.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Richard Prosser.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the Minister, will he commit to securing the best possible economic return to New Zealand from our fisheries resource by adopting a policy of requiring all fish caught by commercial fishers in New Zealand waters to be landed in New Zealand and processed in New Zealand? And if not, why not?
Honourable Nathan Guy.
Well, the member will be aware, I'm sure, that fish caught in New Zealand's EEZ have to be landed in New Zealand, and the majority of fresh fish brought by Kiwi mums and dads is indeed processed in New Zealand, and I've just outlined initiatives where we're going to continue to add value to our fish with Primary Growth Partnership. It's also worth mentioning to the member that we have 3 fishing stocks that have been certified by the Marine Stewardship Council, which is fantastic, and industry is working on getting more of those certified. This is a gold-plated system where we get endorsements about high quality, high value from a sustainable fishing source.
Question number 10, Andrew Little.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Justice. Is she confident in the progress of the Better Public Services target for the justice sector to reduce overall crime by 15% by June 2017?
Honourable